This is News 4 San Antonio Today, the only local news station with nonstop news.
Good morning. Nonstop news starts right now. We are the only station that is commercial-free all the way until the top of the hour. We have you covered this morning. You just heard from Jeannette. She'll give us a deeper look into the weather again in just a few moments. But first, let's get a check of the roads with Joy. How's traffic shaping up?
Hey, good morning. Shaping up fairly nicely. So it's been quiet across most of San Antonio, quieter than usual even, I would say. The exception is going to be if you are driving through downtown. Now starting to see that congestion that we were expecting in this area because of the construction closures on the upper level of I-35 and on the upper level of I-10. It's all there on the intersection at the Y, and so this is going to be I-35 from Cesar Chavez to Brooklyn Avenue, both directions, and then the southbound lanes of I-10 as you're approaching that intersection. And now we're starting to see that line of traffic stretching through downtown, certainly slower here in this live picture than when we started. As the latest for now with your on-time traffic.
Joy, thank you. We have the latest in the trial of 3 former San Antonio police officers charged with a woman's 2023 shooting death. The jury watching body camera video of the moments officers opened fire on Melissa Perez after responding to her apartment on a disturbance call. Some in the courtroom crying and turning away from the screen. Before Perez was killed, video shows officers trying to make contact with her inside of her apartment. They knocked on her door and even pretended to be housekeeping. At one point, an officer reached through a window to unlock a patio door. Perez came toward him with a hammer, and that's when officers shot her. Sergeant Alfred Flores and Officer Aliazor Alejandro are charged with murder. Officer Nathaniel Villalobos is charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The trial picks back up at 1 this afternoon. News 4 is live streaming the trial. To go back and watch yesterday's testimony, head to News 4's YouTube page. Just scan the QR code on your screen or go to YouTube and search News 4 San Antonio. We're learning the name of the 15-year-old shot and killed on the northeast side. The medical examiner is identifying the teen as Tamarian Gant. Deputies found Gant near Woodlake Parkway and Lakeview Drive on Friday. The 15-year-old was under arrest in connection to Gant's death. He's charged with evidence tampering. A judge is granting an injunction in favor of Gonzales ISD after the district sued to get a restraining order against an 11-year-old boy, calling him a danger to others. Authorities say last year the student admitted to killing a man when he was 7 years old at the time. The district also points out the boy threatened to kill a classmate on a school bus.
In the Allen at the Live Desk happening today, the Supreme Court justices are set to hear arguments on a challenge to the Voting Rights Act. This case challenges a congressional map Louisiana made in 2024 that made 2 majority black districts. The move came after a group of black Louisiana voters argued at the time that 1 majority black district limited their voting power. Well, now a group of voters say the new map counts as racial discrimination against non-black voters. We'll be sure to follow this story. That's the latest from the Live Desk.
Emma, thank you. Live music has a big impact on the Texas economy, and Meta has removed a Facebook page that targeted ICE agents. Jane King is live at the New York Stock Exchange with those stories and more. Good morning, Jane.
Good morning. Yes, Meta removed this Facebook group page yesterday that was allegedly used to dox and target U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents in Chicago. Well, Meta removed the page after being contacted by the Department of Justice about it. Meta's removal of the Facebook group follows similar moves from rivals like Apple and Google, which recently have removed apps that could be used to anonymously report sightings of ICE agents and other law enforcement. Well, Jeep parent Stellantis is investing $13 billion in the U.S. This investment will take place over the next 4 years. The company says it will create 5,000 jobs at plants across the Midwest, including plants in Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, and Illinois. Now, this is the largest single one-time investment that the company has ever made. Instagram is rolling out new protections for teenagers and introducing a system that limits what young users can see based on PG-13 movie ratings. Teen Instagram users will be able to access content similar to what they might see in a PG-13 movie, according to the Wall Street Journal. Now, users under 18 teen will not be able to opt out without parental permission, and parents will be able to place stricter restrictions on those accounts. Well, the State of Live is the first comprehensive national economic study that examines independent live entertainment venues and festivals and performing arts centers. This study was done by the National Independent Venue Association. It found billions are contributed to the Texas economy from this, and it does support tens of thousands of jobs. Okay, stocks finished mixed after a volatile day yesterday. We're kind of whipsawed by the headlines about China trade. Now today, we are looking at a higher start so far. Live from the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Jane King. Back to you.
Jane will be hoping for the best for the stock market today.
Let's hope so. It's looking good so far, but we'll see.
Thank you, Jane. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
There's another round of No Kings protests planned across the country this weekend, including right here in San Antonio. Demonstrators say they're standing up for what they call a fundamental right. Organizers say millions plan to rally in support of reproductive rights. The marches are set to happen in all 50 states, including one in Alamo Plaza. Flyers circulating online show groups are calling on supporters to join peaceful demonstrations.
Anything that kind of pushes against like the Constitution, so like his attacks on media, having the White House and Pentagon and other government offices like restrict media access, is one of the examples. So those are the things that we're pushing back against.
The group says they'll continue to push lawmakers for stronger protections and access to health care. The event is happening at Travis Park this Saturday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Protests will also be occurring in Cibolo and Seguin. You can find more information on our website, news4sa.com. Today is payday for U.S. service members, and President Donald Trump says they will get their scheduled checks due to reallocation funds. News 4 San Antonio's Christina De Leon joins us live with more on where that money is coming from and county service that is offered to help veterans who may need more assistance moving forward. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, Marissa. Good morning, everyone. Those paychecks coming from the Pentagon's research and development budget. Still, other federal workers continue to work without pay. But going back to vets, so many of them in our community still need assistance even with that check. And Bexar County really offering a lifeline and resources that are there year-round to help out. The Help to Vets Financial Assistance Program really can offer financial assistance for veterans, dependents, and surviving spouses. This program is supported by the grant from the Texas Veterans Commission Fund for Veterans Assistance. It can help with things like groceries, your mortgage, utility bills, or transportation if you need that extra aid. If you're interested in making a VA claim as well, you can head to Northeast Lakeview College in Live Oak today off Kitty Hawk Road. There's going to be experts there who can walk you through the process all day for free for all veterans to help them with their benefits. Now, if you're interested in reaching out again for any type of VA assistance, you can also call 210-HELP-VET to see if you qualify for any of these services, because any small amount can really help and go a long way and help out in a big way as well. Reporting live, I'm Christina De Leon. We will send it back to you.
Christina, thank you. Happening today, Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery is holding a burial ceremony for unaccompanied veterans. We go now to News 4 San Antonio's Tawny Davis. She joins us live with details on how they plan to honor these men and women who served our nation. Good morning, Tawny.
Good morning. Those unaccompanied veterans will be honored today in a ceremony dedicated to preserving their memory and thanking them for their service to the country. So these veterans do not have family or loved ones that can stand by their side to attend their service. Instead, dozens of attendees, including veterans and active duty service members, declared themselves as their family to ensure they are not alone. They say it's about the brotherhood in the military, and you always take care of the man or woman next to you, especially to say farewell. Organizers emphasize that the event is not just about saying goodbye, but expressing gratitude for the veterans' years of service. Today's memorial service will include military funeral honors and a roll call where each veteran's name, their rank, and branch of service is read. So the service will take place at 9 a.m. over at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery, and this is open to the public for those who want to pay their respects. Reporting live, I'm Tawny Davis. Back to you.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeannette.
So a little bit cooler this morning, but still very pretty and dry.
Yeah, it feels very nice. It's comfortable. And this is a time of year where you want to spend time outside before noon. And then once the sun goes down, that's when it's the coolest. Middle of the day, yeah, a little hot. However, if you're in the shade, it doesn't feel too bad. It is definitely pleasant out there this morning. And these nice mornings will continue through the rest of the week. Not so much on Saturday. Saturday all day will be warm and very humid. Tomorrow morning we'll have lows once again mostly in the mid 60s. Our western zone along the Rio Grande, where it's in the 70s right now, you just see cooler conditions tomorrow morning, upper 50s to low 60s in the western hill country from Bernie up towards Kerrville. A weak cold front comes through on Saturday. Now it's not going to get cold, but we're calling it what it is. It's going to drop the humidity. That's the big change from Saturday to Sunday in wake of that front. Could see a bigger pattern shift late next week. We do have an ozone action day today. High levels of ozone pollution here at the surface. Limit time outside, code orange, poor air quality between 2 and 8. We are looking at high pressure that's in control right now. The air is pretty stagnant. There's not much mixing, and when we have that, we tend to have high levels of ozone pollution at the low levels. And this is where you want to limit time outside. And here's a list of things that you can do to help with that ozone. One of the biggest things is to try to conserve energy. So here is the weather maker that's going to help to bring us a change in terms of humidity levels this weekend. That's going to come through Texas on Saturday. Before it gets here, hot and humid. Afternoon highs on Saturday, low to mid 90s with the humidity, may feel even hotter. But once that moves through, by the way, very little to no rain with it. The humidity does drop. We'll have dew points in the 60s and 70s ahead of the front, dropping to the 30s and 40s behind it. The cooler air with the front, that's going to be across North Texas. High pressure moves in early next week. It'll be dry and sunny again for Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, we may start to see those slight rain chances coming in ahead of a stronger front that will likely bring us a change for the rest of the month. That could bring us rain and even some cooler temperatures, much cooler temperatures. The Climate Prediction Center rainfall outlook for the 22nd through the 28th showing a chance of above normal precipitation for the area. In the meantime, high pressure, that's holding on strong. That's dominating through the rest of the week. That's going to help to keep that storm that's currently in California to stay north of Texas once it pushes to the east. But the front should make it through here on Saturday. This afternoon, clear skies. Tomorrow, we're going to see an increase in low-level moisture. That's going to bring in some clouds. So with the clouds tomorrow, highs 80s, but the cloud cover clears out Friday and we're right back up to about 90 degrees. Here's your Wednesday forecast. Expect to see mostly sunny skies at noon, right around 82 this afternoon, close to 90. 87 tomorrow, 93 Saturday. That would tie the record from 2007. Mornings will be back into the low and mid 60s Monday morning. Here's the extended forecast for the other three zones. No big changes here in the short term, but hopefully late next week we start to see things changing up a bit for the rest of the month. That's your forecast.
All right, we didn't quite make it to the end of the morning here without an accident. We've got a fresh one in the northbound lanes of I-35 right at Topperwine. Here it is. Already starting to see a lot of congestion building behind that, almost stretching to 410, but not quite. Again, this is a fresh issue, so it may stretch all the way back there before we're able to get this behind us. Downtown, don't forget about the construction closures there as well. Upper level of I-35 and upper level of I-10, all as you're approaching the WOAI. I-35, it'll be between Cesar Chavez and Brooklyn Avenue. And I do have a live look to leave you with here showing that area. This is what it looks like out there. That's the latest.
In the Allen at the Live Desk, new details coming out this morning. Texas families that want to participate in the school's voucher program can start applying as soon as February. Those new details come from the state's $52 million contract with New York-based Odyssey, the company managing that voucher program. Odyssey agreed register to become one of the options where families can spend funds awarded by the state. The application process for private schools hoping to join is set to launch before the end of this year. That's the latest from the Live Desk.
All right, thank you, Emma. A Wisconsin farmer is winning first prize in a pumpkin weigh-off at one of the largest U.S. harvest festivals. Jim Ford's pumpkin weighed in at a whopping 2,500 pounds at Minnesota's Stillwater Harvest Festival. As for how he's able to grow huge pumpkins, he says the key is to grow it early and keep it healthy. The world record for the heaviest pumpkin is just over 2,800 pounds, recently set in England. A retired teacher from California has a missing piece from his classroom back. He received a package in the mail with a book he lent out to a student 40 years ago.
The note said, "Rod, I found this book which belongs to you. Thank you for letting me borrow it for the last 40 years. Sincerely, Brent Gittner."
The now adult student who borrowed the book says it was left in a box and traveled to Florida with him. When he recently found it, he thought it should go back to its owner. You can say Taylor Swift's latest album, The Life of a Showgirl, has 0 skips. The artist made music history with all 12 songs on the album filling the top 12 spots on the Billboard Hot 100 list. It's the first album ever to place all of its songs in an uninterrupted string at the top of the chart. Leading the way at number 1 is The Fate of Ophelia. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Jeannette says it's going to be a really nice day, nice and sunny and pretty dry. Hope to see you at noon. See you then.